Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Patholkas, and it's time for the Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 4, The Great Wave. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of a little bit of business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my fast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to gamble or take a chance, you can hit that bell down below, and YouTube may or may not notify you when I come on live. Best thing to do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right, let's get started with this, shall we? I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back, and this will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. Giving you enough time to pause, go away, whatever you need to do in order to watch the episode, and come on back. All right. So we are officially at the halfway mark at this point. This episode 4 out of 8. They're 1 hour in length each episode, and we still really haven't gotten anywhere. Yeah, it's a slow slog. And this is my main complaint about Tolkien. I just have to say this is that, yes, I know it's the journey, not the destination, but for fuck's sake, are we there yet? Um, I fell asleep 4 times during this. I literally did. I woke up, fell back asleep, woke up, fell back asleep, and I was trying to stay awake. And wow, this was just it was killing me. It really was. Um, I had to go back and actually rewatch it just because I had missed so much of it. Anyway, um, collateral damage. Uh, Galadriel pisses off, of course, the queen, and gets locked up. And the queen has her own reasons for not helping the elves. That's what her father had done, and her father ended up getting banished. Her father wanted to reunite with the elves, is what it was, and the people weren't for that. So, of course, they locked him up in the tower and put her in place. So she's the queen regent, and she ends up showing Galadriel a stone, one of the 7 stones, which is a palantir, one of the palantai, I guess you could say, which is sort of like the mirror of Galadriel from the Fellowship of the Rings. It can show you many visions, but many may never come to pass, as Galadriel says. So, of course, she ends up um, putting her hands on it and sees this great wave. And the queen's like, yes, this is what I keep seeing. And it all starts with your arrival. And she goes, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send you back to Elfland and be done with you. That's gonna end it. We have enough problems as it is going on. And Galadriel's like, well, if you're doing that, maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe you're supposed to come with me and help me, fight the orcs in the Southland, because that's where they're coming. And Halbrand is a king in exile, and if we can reunite with his people, we'd have enough people to fight the orcs and Sauron, and the queen's not having any of it. In the meantime, Elrond Hubbard, sorry, it's just that's what whenever I hear Elrond, I think Hubbard right afterwards. So Elrond is trying to figure out what the fuck Duron's doing, what Prince Duron is doing, and where he is actually, because he's not being forthright. He finally finds out there's a secret passage. This is where Duron has been going to, and Duron makes him swear an allegiance, an oath, if you will. He won't tell anybody else. And he shows them this ore they've been digging up. It's mithril, and in the Elven language. And it's as light as silk, but really, really strong, stronger than any steel they've seen before. So of course, Duran is actually trying to mine this behind his father's back, because his father said it's too dangerous to mine, And of course, the mine collapses and proves his father right. So, in the end of all of this, Elrond is going to go to Linden and wants Durin to come with him. And, you know, Durin asks his father, "Should I go?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure, why not? Because we still want to find out what the elves are up to, if they're up to anything, at this point." Again, this is all just spinning the fucking wheels at this point. It's like this has been going on since episode 1 that we've had this, conversation. And it's like, just move the fuck forward. That's all we need to do is move the story forward. Yeah. So, in the meantime, we've got Bronwyn and her people that have gone into the elf, the old elf fortress to, of course, escape the orcs and everything. And they're starving. So, they go out and basically pillage what they can from around the hillside. But of course, they've wiped out all the food supply. So they're starving to death. And her son Theo decides to go into the village, says, "Hey, we'll go into the village. We can go into the grain stores. We can actually bring food back, blah, 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 blah." And of course, he talks some kid into going with him. And if he brings the hilt of Sauron with him, of course. So when one of the orcs finds him, he has to use it. And then, of course, has to hide from said orc. Um, in the meantime, Arondir meets Adar, who is an elf, but like a scarred elf and whatnot. And he's working with the the orcs, and basically is called the all-seeing father, or something like that by the orcs. And Arondir doesn't really know exactly what to make of this dude, but he's let go. Arondir's let go. He comes back. He's supposed to go back to the castle to find the humans and deliver a message. And he finds Theo running from the orcs, of course, grabs him. Him and Bronwyn, of course, end up going out to a field, a clearing. They end up getting past the orcs. They get back to the castle, and Arondir says, "Hey, I've been told that if you renounce this land and also swear allegiance to Adar, um, everything will be good, and your people, will just basically have to work for the orcs, kind of thing." And she goes, "Well, if we don't," he goes, "Well, he's coming through here anyway. So yeah, we're screwed." So the end of all of this, Galan- Galadriel ends up getting the queen to finally, man the fuck up at this point. And the leaves on the tree of Valdir, I think is what it is, ends up falling. And when the leaves start falling, that's when there's supposed to be the tears of the gods uh judging man, I guess is what it is, because she was going to send the elf away. And so the queen ends up saying that she's going to escort the elf back to the Southlands herself, and whoever wants to come with them can join up. And that's when they make a call to arms, if you will, and everyone starts, volunteering to go with them. So in Numenor, and that's pretty much where we leave off in all of this. Again, like I said, this is the slowest fucking moving plot that I've ever seen. Now there is speculation out there still that the stranger from the Harfoots, which we didn't see this episode, is Gandalf. He could also be Sauron. We don't know, because there was something about a prophecy of a falling star that's supposed to bring Sauron. Um, I don't know. It's supposed to be bring Sauron back, I guess is what it is. So maybe that's the case. Um, Theo is pretty much a dick because he's got that the hilt of Sauron, and the guy whose farm that he stole it from also had used it before too. So he knows that Theo has it and says, "Better save your strength because you're going to need it later." Essentially, you're in cahoots now with me and the Dark Lords and all this stuff, and we're all part of it now. Um, so yeah, there's dude, this is just going real fucking slow. And I from the lack of viewers that I've got going on right now, maybe it's me, maybe it's the show. I don't know. But I have a feeling it's the show because the show really is lacking in momentum at this point. And the fact that they spent 500 million dollars on this. They spent $1 billion on 2 seasons. They 500 million on each season. And it's pretty, I have to admit, it is a pretty background and props and all that kind of stuff. But the story, my God, is so goddamn boring and slow that it needs to pick up. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this at this point. Except we're going to the Southlands. I think all these roads point to the Southlands, and yeah, if we're going to get any resolution about this by the 8th episode, I don't think it's going to happen. We already know it's going to end in a cliffhanger. We already know there's a season 2 in this because they've spent $1 billion. So you might as well consider this 16 episodes of a season, and that it's going to be season 1 that bleeds over into season 2. I've already, resigned myself to that fact, and not going to be surprised when it ends on a fucking cliffhanger. So, not the best of episodes. Like I said, it was pretty. There's some interesting dialogue in here as well. But for the most part, it's just boring as fuck. It really is. It's just boring as fuck. What else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow I'm going to be off. Sunday is going to be the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about when we talk about it. Monday will be House of the Dragon, which is a better fantasy story, even though that one's not going anywhere either at the moment. We'll probably get another time jump, maybe 15 years at this point. Tuesday is possibly another Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm doing as of yet. I will have to take a look and see what's going on. Tuesday, I take that back. Tuesday is not Is It Worth My Time? Tuesday is actually the contest results for the Harley Quinn pins. That's right. Go back and take a look at the season 3 finale of Harley Quinn, and you'll see where the contest is. It's in the contest description, or the video description of that. Wednesday is going to be Andor, Star Wars Andor, episode 1. I'm going to cover that. Thursday is going to be She-Hulk. Friday is going to be Lord of the Rings of Power, all over again. And then, of course, I'm going to do episodes 2 and 3 of Andor on Saturday of next week. So lots and lots of stuff coming up. So with that said, I want to thank everyone who watched the video, because there's no one here in the chat right now. And just thank you out there. And if you haven't subscribed as of yet, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages there as well. All right. With that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again on Sunday for the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may fall asleep multiple times by watching a really boring episode. And yeah, it's just not good. You miss a lot of stuff going on that way. Thanks, everyone. I will see you again on Sunday. Take care. Be well. Wear those masks. Get the vaccine shot. Also get the boosters as well. It doesn't work without the boosters. Remember, there's a new Omicron booster out there too. So, it's always good out there. And stay safe, everyone. Thanks. Have a good rest of your night and have a good start to the weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Good night.